Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. He's burning in hell and it feels good. These were the words spoken by the killer. But was she a cold-blooded killer like Jodi Arias? Or was she an innocent victim? Let's find out right now. Happy Thriller Thursday, my Cajun cuties. How are y'all? Yes, it's me, Anne-Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carrollville, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that y'all like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press on the notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne-Marie. I hope y'all have a beverage. I hope you have a snuggle partner or a snuggle fur partner. Those are the best, and y'all are ready to hear a true crime story with yours truly. How are y'all tonight on this beautiful, wonderful Thursday night? We are alive. We are here. We are just embracing this warm summer weather. I absolutely love summer, and I'm so excited that it's finally here. And next week, I'll be in Miami. How exciting is that? I am so pumped to go to Miami. I love it. I'm going to take those precious babies with me. Oh, I can't wait. But I want to know, what are y'all doing this summer? Y'all drop some ideas for me down in the comments so I can know what y'all are doing. And as always, I want to know, are y'all drinking your water? Are y'all staying hydrated? Are y'all getting those little tickers up? Are you exercising every day? Remember, just a brisk walk for 20-30 minutes in the morning could change your whole entire day. Just get some cardio. And today, we are traveling all the way to Lexington, Kentucky to work on this case. And if y'all think Jodi Arias was bad, this one is just as bad as Jodi. And this case is, again, the work of the devil. Today, we are going to be discussing the case of Shayna Hubers. Shayna Hubers was born April 8, 1991 in Lexington, Kentucky. Shayna was a very outgoing child, and she loved everyone. Everyone always described Shayna as the same thing: outgoing, sweet, loving, would embrace everyone, and never met a stranger. Shayna was obviously a beautiful Southern belle, but that's not all Shayna had. Shayna was extremely intelligent, so intelligent that when she graduated high school in 2009, she received a full scholarship from the University of Kentucky, where she graduated in only 3 years with her bachelor's degree, and now she was working on her master's degree. Y'all, this girl was 21 years old and crazy smart, just very, very intelligent. And while she was getting her master's degree, one of Shayna's friends says, "Hey, Shayna, I want to introduce you to my cousin, Ryan." Shayna meets Ryan, and Ryan is wonderful. Ryan Poston was born December 30th, 1982 in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. He is extremely, extremely sweet and had the best upbringing. His family loved him. He had so much support. He had all this luxury, even went to high school in Switzerland. Ryan was obviously good looking like Shayna, but like Shayna, he was extremely smart. People even called Ryan a walking encyclopedia. That's how intelligent he was. And in 2008, he was one of the youngest lawyers in the state to have his own firm. That's how intelligent he was. He and Shayna were both on the fast track to success. They were both beautiful. They were both very successful. Despite the almost 10-year age difference between Ryan and Shayna, they had a lot in common, and people thought to themselves, this could be a match made in heaven. Shayna Hubers absolutely adored Ryan Poston. She would do anything for him. She would even drive an hour and a half every weekend just to spend the weekend with him. She would clean his house, wash his clothes, wash his dishes, do his laundry, pick up his dry cleaning, cook his favorite foods. She doted on him every second she could. But did Ryan feel the same way about Shayna? Because Shayna was obviously in love with Ryan. But Ryan began to tell some of his friends that Shayna was very obsessive, sometimes sending 100 text messages a day. And then, all of a sudden, Shayna said their arguments were starting to lead to violent behavior from Ryan. He also told his friends that Shayna would stalk him. She would go to his work, she would come to his home and just wouldn't leave. it was just a dangerous obsession. And she would drive almost 2 hours just to go stalk Ryan. But Ryan kept taking her back because he felt bad. He didn't know what to do. He would always say, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I don't want to keep stringing her along. He knew it was not going to work. But Shayna began telling friends that Ryan was the one, and they were going to be married and they were going to live happily ever after. But Ryan did not want that. And Shayna knew that. Shayna really thought that this relationship was going to go somewhere. She had met Ryan's parents, she had met his family, and she was ready to be Mrs. Ryan Poston. But did Ryan want that? Every time Ryan would take a step back from Shayna, she would take a step forward and become more obsessed, even to the point that Ryan started receiving emails and texts of Shayna with other guys. While she was supposed to be out of town, Shayna would be in pictures with these guys. And it was always from an anonymous person. Remember, like Jodi Arias sending all these anonymous emails? I really think it was Shayna sending pictures of herself with another guy to maybe make Ryan jealous and think that she was cheating on him. I don't know what she was trying to accomplish, but it didn't matter to Ryan because he wasn't that into Shayna. Then Ryan started receiving these random text messages from random numbers saying that he had a beer gut to do better at his job, even pictures of beer guts. They couldn't figure out what was going on, but come to find out, those text messages were being sent to Ryan from Shayna's friend's phone. Shayna was just sending him very mean things and horrible things when he would break up with her. But Shayna was very, very obsessed with Ryan to the point she would do anything. On October 12, 2012, the day started with Shayna being obsessed. Shayna called her mother and said, hey, can you come get me? Shayna's mother made the drive. Shayna told Ryan that her mother was coming get her because her heart was racing. She was having all these heart problems and her mother was coming to take her to the ER. Her mother did come and pick her up, but they didn't go to the ER. They went shopping. And Shayna was calling and texting Ryan, hey, I'm in the hospital, I'm in the ER. The doctor's putting me on medicines for my heart. None of that was true. She was also Googling heart problems and sending all of these things to Ryan when none of it was true. She was trying to get Ryan to feel sorry for her, to want to come back to her, but nothing was working. So she went back to Ryan's condo. Ryan leaves the condo that night and tells his dad, I have to come here because Shayna will not leave my condo. I want her to leave, but she won't leave. I don't know what else to do. And his dad said all he heard the entire time was Ryan's phone going off. Got hundreds of text messages. Bing, ding, ding, ding. He felt so bad for Ryan. But Ryan didn't know what to do. He was in this situation that he didn't know how to get out of. And my heart goes out to him because he was trying to be nice. He even told Shayna, hey, one of those guys you were telling me about, why don't you pursue them? Because this relationship isn't going anywhere and I want you to be happy. She wasn't getting the hint. So Ryan, instead of just telling her like, look, please, like that's it. I'm gonna get a restraining order, get away from me. He kept just trying to get her out of his life just quietly. Like maybe she'll just go away if I ignore her. But that night, Ryan had a reason that he wanted Shayna out of his condo. Because on that night, he had a date with a beautiful girl named Audrey Bolte. She wasn't just any beautiful girl. She was Miss Ohio. And he was ready to take her on a date that night. They had met on social media and they were ready to go on a date. But was Shayna going to stop that? Shayna was even so obsessed with pleasing Ryan that he would show up from work and into his condo and Shayna would be laying on the couch naked. She was doing whatever she could to keep Ryan, but he just wasn't that interested in her anymore. He was done. He was checked out. He wanted her out of his life. But Shayna just wouldn't stop. She was very persistent on keeping Ryan with her. She didn't want to be with anybody else and she didn't want him to be with anybody else. She wanted to keep Ryan as long as she could. But everything was starting to unravel for Shayna. But Ryan Poston would never go on a date with Audrey Bolte in Miss Ohio. He would leave her standing there at the bar thinking she was stood up. And the reason why he didn't show up was because he was brutally murdered by his girlfriend, Shayna Hubers. Shayna calls 911 that night saying, I shot my boyfriend in self-defense. She claims that they got in an argument. Ryan threw her into the couch. They were arguing back and forth, and she picked up a loaded gun from the table that was his and shot him 6 times. But why would she have shot him? What really happened? The cops get there. They look at Shayna. They don't see any injuries. She's saying there was a struggle and he threw her around everywhere, but the cops didn't see anything. They didn't see a type of struggle that Shayna was talking about. The cops bring Shayna into the police station, and Shayna says, I'm not talking. I want a lawyer. But does Shayna talk? Oh, does she talk? She doesn't stop talking. She says crazy things like, when I go to jail, do I take a shower in front of people? And can I have my phone in prison? And then she started saying stuff like, yeah, I did it. I did it, snapping her fingers, saying, God, I'm such a good actress. And then she was singing, doing ballerina moves, drinking water, talking. And she told the police officer that Ryan was very vain. So she said, he always wanted a nose job. So I shot him in the face. I gave him his nose job. Y'all, you can't even make this up. You cannot make this up. Thank goodness that everything was recording, because what she was saying was horrible things. And the things she was doing was crazy. Now, I know people do things in shock that they wouldn't normally do. But for her to snap her fingers saying, yeah, I did it. I did it. That seems a little odd to me. And she was laughing. She was sitting on the floor. She had absolutely no remorse for just shooting her boyfriend 6 times. The cops walk in. They say, Shayna, we're bringing you in for murder. She's like, well, what degree? And he says, no degree. We're just taking you in. She was held on a $5 million bond, and her trial started in April of 2015. Prosecutors believe the motive of the shooting was that Ryan wanted to end things with Shayna, and Shayna didn't want. And you know the famous saying, if I can't have you, no one can have you. But Shayna's defense attorneys say, oh no, it was self-defense. Shayna killed Ryan because he was abusing her and she had to kill him to defend herself. It just didn't make sense. People often said that Ryan didn't want to be with Shayna, but he didn't want conflict. It was also found out that Shayna found out about his date with Miss Ohio, Audrey Bolte. She had gone into his social media. She had blocked women. She had done several things to try to stop Ryan from seeing other women. But Ryan just couldn't get away from Shayna. He just couldn't get away. And the night before, this is the weird thing, the night before Ryan was murdered, he took Shayna to his parents' house for this debate, this presidential debate. So was he giving Shayna mixed signals, or was he just trying to be nice to her? In my opinion, I just don't think Ryan knew how to get rid of Shayna without being mean. And no one wants to be mean. I know it's hard for me. If I have to break up with someone, I mean, gosh, I would be all depressed for days. Now I would just be like, bye. But you know, when you're young, you're like, oh God, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. And Ryan didn't want to hurt Shayna's feelings. But Shayna just wouldn't stop. She even texts one of her friends that was a dentist, and the text reads, Ryan's been begging me to ask you if you could do his veneers, but please F them up and make him ugly so he'll never get another girl. I hate him. Then she writes to another friend, when I go to the shooting range with Ryan tonight, I want to turn around, shoot him, kill him, and play like it was an accident. This is not a woman that is sad. This is a woman that is extremely obsessed and possessive over her boyfriend. In my personal opinion, on that night that Ryan Poston was murdered, that beautiful fall night, he was going to leave that condo in 2 ways. either as Shayna's boyfriend or in a body bag. Shayna was not letting him leave that condo without her. Shayna also said that Ryan was twitching after she shot him the first time. And she didn't want him to suffer, so she shot him several more times to make sure he was dead. Y'all, she treated him like roadkill, like he was nothing. I mean, if he's abusing you and you need to shoot him, when you shoot him once and then run away, and so he doesn't come after you, why would you shoot somebody that many times and tell people, yeah, I saw he was twitching, so I shot him several more times to make sure he was dead? This is not normal. But Shayna was in a whole different place in her head. She was mentally unstable and she was having all these thoughts. Shayna takes a stand and says that Ryan would constantly belittle her, tell her that very intimate details about their sex life and how he wanted her to get injections in certain sensitive areas of her body to increase the good feelings. He would tell her that she was a hillbilly, that he didn't like her mother, that she needed a facelift, that she needed a boob job, that she needed to lose weight. This is all coming from Shayna. Is it true? We don't know. But if he was saying all these mean things, why was she so obsessed with pleasing him? And coming from a domestic violence victim, when you hear all these horrible things about yourself, instead of getting angry, instead of saying, well, F you, if you don't like the way I look, I'm gone. No, you say to yourself, I believe these things and I want to change these things to please him. And you look back and you say, I can't believe I did that. God, what was I thinking? But at that moment, when you're in that situation, all you want to do is please that person. And that's what Shayna said she was trying to do. She was constantly trying to please Ryan, but it was never good enough. She tried everything she could, but after the jury heard both sides, the prosecution and the defense, they sided with the prosecution and they sentenced Shayna Hubers to life in prison. And Shayna still, in my opinion, has absolutely no remorse. For someone to say, I killed him, yeah, I did it, and to say I shot him in the face to give him the nose job he wanted, to say, I shot him, but I saw him twitching, so I shot him several more times to make sure he was dead so he wouldn't suffer. This does not sound like a victim of domestic violence. This sounds like a cold, calculated killer that in that moment, all she wanted to do was be Ryan's girlfriend and he wasn't that interested. So she decided, well, if you don't want me, I'm going to have to murder you. And to this day, I still believe that Shayna thinks what she did was okay when it was absolutely not okay. My final thought, I always give y'all my final thought. My final thought is, I think, just like Jodi Arias, I think Shayna Hubers, in my opinion, was a sociopath. And I think she was mentally ill. And I think that she couldn't take rejection. She couldn't take it well. She didn't like she didn't like what happened when things wouldn't end her way. And she wanted to be with Ryan so bad that all she wanted to do was keep him. But he was slowly starting to pull completely away. He didn't want to be with Shayna. But she was going to stop at nothing to get exactly what she wanted, and that was Ryan. And if Ryan didn't want her, she was going to make sure no one would have him. And y'all, there have been several cases that men and women have shot their significant others over rejection, over if I can't be with you, no one can. And that is just a place that you don't want to be. And if you ever start feeling that way, if you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this person doesn't want me, what do I do? What can I do? If a person doesn't want you, walk out. They are lucky that you are in their life. They are lucky to have you. Just walk away. There are so many fish in the sea. It's ridiculous. Don't say, oh God, what do I do? What do I do? How do I keep this person if this person doesn't want me? Walk away. If they want to walk out of your life, let them walk away. Don't resort to violence. Just always say to yourself, I'm worth more than this. If this person doesn't want me, F them. I can get whoever I want. I don't need this person. Don't ever think that you have to hurt a person to get their attention and to see that they want you. I want y'all to say to yourselves, if y'all ever feel that y'all in that position and y'all are ever worried, y'all can always email me. Y'all can always message me, and I will talk y'all out and make sure to tell y'all that y'all are worth everything. Don't ever let someone bring down your worth, because you are worth everything. Everything. And if somebody wants to walk away from you, let them walk. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope that y'all like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press on that notification button so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. And as always, I want y'all to stay safe. I want y'all to always be aware of your surroundings. Always know that y'all can message me for anything that y'all need. Keep the requests coming. I love them. I love when y'all send me requests, because y'all are showing me how much y'all enjoy listening to my videos. Oh, somebody else wants to say hi. My cat, Louie. Look, he's going to say hi in the background. I hope that y'all have a wonderful Thursday night. And I want to thank y'all all so much. I appreciate everything from y'all. And thank y'all all for y'all support. I love y'all. Bye.